Hello and welcome. So today we are diving into something that requires a ton of precision, replacing the lenses in your very own Cartier frames. We're going to walk through this whole delicate process step by step. Let's get right into it.
But hang on, before we even pick up a tool, let's just get the single most important piece of advice out of the way, right at front. If you have any doubt, any hesitation at all, please take them to a professional. I'm not just suggesting this, it's the golden rule. We're talking about luxury eyewear here, and one little slip-up can be a very, very expensive mistake.
So why the big warning? Well, it's because Cartier frames are famous for their incredibly intricate designs and their unique mounting systems. This is not like popping a lens out of your everyday pair of glasses. You're basically performing a kind of microsurgery here, and it demands professional-level care and a rock-steady hand.
Okay, so if you've thought about the risks and you're still game, then let's get you set up for success. Because success really does start with preparation. Having the right tools isn't just a nice-to-have, it is absolutely mandatory. Think of it like a surgeon prepping their operating room before a procedure.
So what exactly do you need? Well, first off, the lenses themselves. They have to be the correct, model-specific lenses from Cartier or an authorized dealer. No wiggle room on that one. Next up, a precision screwdriver set, and I mean precision. We're talking super tiny sizes, like 000. You'll also need a soft cloth to work on and a little bit of regular tape, which will actually come in super handy later.
All right, tools are ready, workspace is prepped. Let's start the first real phase of this operation, taking out the old lenses. The key word for this whole step is delicate. There is absolutely no room for forcing anything or getting impatient here. It's all about being gentle, careful, and slow.
Now, your technique is going to be completely different depending on your frame type. There are really two paths here. For rimless frames, you'll be unscrewing the mounts and then pushing the lens out from the front. But for full rim frames, it's a totally different game. You'll be carefully flexing the frame itself to pop the lens out. It is so important that you know which kind you're dealing with before you even think about starting.
Okay, let's walk through the actual steps. First, place your frames face down on that soft cloth. Now, you need to find those teeny tiny screws. They're usually right at the hinge or somewhere along the rim. Carefully unscrew them, and please, I cannot stress this enough, put them somewhere they cannot possibly get lost. A little magnetic dish is a lifesaver for this. Then you'll either gently push the lens out from the back for rimless, or apply a little bit of even pressure to flex a full rim frame just enough for the lens to come free.
And here we are. The old lenses are out. It is time for the most critical part of this whole thing, putting the new ones in. All of your focus, all of your precision, it all needs to come together right now. This is the moment that separates a perfect job from a really, really costly disaster.
First things first, align the new lens into the frame's groove. It should feel like it just wants to sit there perfectly. For the rimless frames, go ahead and reattach the screws, but, and listen closely, do not over-tighten them. You could easily crack the lens. For full rim frames, here's that pro tip I mentioned. Put a tiny piece of tape on the edge of the lens. It just helps it slide smoothly into the groove before you gently snap the frame back into place around it. Now, just because the new lens is in doesn't mean you're done. We have to do a really thorough post-op check. This final inspection is what makes sure the lens is totally secure, the frame is completely undamaged, and that your work is actually finished.
So here's your final checklist. Look closely. Is the lens sitting perfectly flush in the frame? Are all the screws snug but not looking strained? Now give the frame a gentle flex. Does it feel normal or does it feel kind of stiff and tight? If anything at all feels wrong, just stop. Seriously, this is your final chance to bail and take them to a pro before something goes wrong. Before we wrap this up, I want to leave you with a few last, absolutely critical pieces of advice. Think of this as the expert whispering in your ear, giving you that last-minute tip to keep you from making a terrible mistake. So pay very close attention here.
So let me ask you this. What's the single biggest mistake you can possibly make during this process? If you understand the #1 risk, you've got a much better chance of avoiding it. What's the one action that could cause the most damage?
The answer couldn't be simpler. Never, ever, ever force a lens. If it doesn't just slide in smoothly, you need to stop. It means something's wrong. It's either the wrong size, the wrong shape, or you just don't have it aligned right. Trying to force it is the fastest way to hear that heartbreaking sound of a beautiful and very expensive frame cracking.
And just a couple more things. Always remember that Cartier hinges and all the little bits of hardware are incredibly delicate. You have to treat them with the utmost care. And if you find a screw is stripped or if it strips while you're working on it, that is a full stop, game over. Do not try to fix it. That is a job for a Cartier boutique. End of story.
So, we end up right back where we started, with a choice.
We've given you the map for this procedure, but you're the one who has to decide if you have the skill and the steady hand to actually make the journey. Is it going to be the satisfaction of DIY precision on your own, or the guaranteed perfection you'll get from a professional? The choice is all yours.